The Go Math program has many different components that build the series. Some of these components are more essential than others, but all can be beneficial in teaching to the different needs in your classroom. Through discussion with teachers across the division, we have seen the need to give an overview of the components available and give an insight into making this program a sound teaching resource for you. Some of the items shared are necessary, and if you tried to teach without them in the past, you were probably very frustrated. Others are suggested, yet we realize that not every budget allows for that, and thankfully you have access to them in digital form whether you purchase them or not. Finally, some are entirely optional and you can purchase them and use them at your own discretion. Components that every teacher should have access to include the print versions of the student edition consumable textbooks, the teacher's editions, one for each chapter, and a planning guide, one for each grade. Think Central, an online resource, is there to help organize your instructional planning, and it is another tool that all teachers really need to have access to. A computer and an internet connection are needed to get onto Think Central. This webpage is the hub of all digital resources that are available for the grades you teach. From simple copies of the textbooks and answer keys to more advanced functions such as using the material on a smartboard, Think Central has it all. Not all of the resources on Think Central will be used by you, and that is all right. However, it is important to know what is found on the site and how to access the items. One thing that you do not want to miss in Think Central is the e-planner. This indispensable tool will make your planning a much smoother process, saving you precious time. Take a quick look at the video entitled e-planner to learn more. Although the components I've already shared are the primary ones you will use, there are others that you might find useful. The 4 books I will now share can be purchased in print version or can be accessed for free from Think Central. The assessment guide is where you will find all of the master copies of the test. There are a couple of important things to note with the assessment guide. You will find several different types of tests. Chapter tests, both multiple choice and short answer versions, can be found in the front part of the book. Each chapter test also comes with a check sheet that will correlate the questions on the test to the Common Core state standards, which are closely aligned with our NAD mathematics standards. These check sheets can help you ensure mastery of the standards in your students. The final part of the book contains performance-based assessments, generally broken into groups of 3 to 4 chapters. These not only check if the student can do the computation involved in the problems, but also look deeper into their thought process as to how they solve the problem. This is an additional assessment option that you might find valuable in your classroom. Please note that the answer keys to any of the tests on the assessment guide are not found in the book. You can get the answer key for test version A from any chapter or for any of the chapter tests from the correlating teacher's edition, and the rest of the answer keys for test version B or performance-based assessments can be found in the teacher's edition of the assessment guide located on Think Central. You may print out these answer keys ahead of time if that makes it easier for you. The RTI strategy book aids the teacher in knowing how to meet the needs of students who are on the different tier levels within the response to intervention model. Response to intervention is our first line of defense in meeting the needs of students who are struggling beyond just needing more practice time or lacking prerequisite skills. Think of this book as your guide to differentiated instruction for the struggling learner. Each lesson provides hands-on instruction in a different way than that which was presented in the book, as well as additional practice. Books that you are probably more familiar with are the Reteach book and the Enrich book. The Reteach book provides more examples of the skill being taught that day, while the Enrich book offers a challenge for those who desire it, still promoting the standard that is being targeted. As with the RTI strategy book, these books are great resources for differentiated instruction in your classroom. You know what? It doesn't stop there. From literary readers and grab-and-go centers to individual math manipulative packs, there is a wide array of tools that can be added to your math instruction. We realize that you are limited by time and resources, and we want to make it clear that although these products can be a positive addition to your instructional time, they are in no way essential to have a well-rounded math program. Many of us have found that by having the digital resources of Think Central and the print versions of the teacher's guides and students' textbooks, we have more than enough to provide an all-around instructionally sound program in our classrooms. Find out what works for you and go for that. And remember, you are the driving force in your teaching, and these materials are merely tools to help provide that excellent Adventist Christian education that you are giving to our children. Thank you, and God bless.